I'm joined by Chris Stigall. He's the host of Salem 990, The Answer in Philadelphia, and he's also the VP of Content at the Herzog Foundation, doing important work, also a partner on this show in the area of education. So, Chris, welcome to the show. Honored to have you back. One of the things we don't talk about as much, because there's so much drama going on with this election, but we're not talking about how it's going to impact our kids' education. I'm a father of three. You're also a father. Let's break down some of these issues that people are talking about in this education space that you are so familiar with. What would a Harris-Walz victory look like for parental rights? This is a huge touch point in our country right now. Chris.
Yeah, I think the biggest question we have before us is a Harris-Walz administration means more Randy Weingarten, more of the same teachers' unions, more of the same public education. And if that's working for you, great. I don't come to you today saying shelve public education if that's your choice for your children. But what we know is that school choice is busting out all over the country. There are some 13 schools with what's known as some form of school choice. Many of them are what are known as universal school choice. You mentioned Charlie's in Nebraska today. They've got a constitutional issue this fall they'll be voting on to maintain school choice in Nebraska or reverse course. School unions are working hard, Andrew, to make sure that parents are stuck in a geographic, zip-coded school district where their children must go no matter how they perform without any choice whatsoever. And if they want to go elsewhere, they pay for it, which is fine. But the question before us all is, and I think everybody understands, if you're paying taxes to the state for education, why not just let people keep that money? Shop around, send it where they'd like. Public school, private school, Christian school, use it to homeschool or not. Maybe some homeschoolers don't like that arrangement. That's fine too. But the point is, open up the marketplace to choice. Let people shop like we do for anything else. Why shouldn't we do that with with education? And of course, the Harris-Walz administration wouldn't care for that a little bit.
No, not at all. Chris, and by the way, you can read more about these topics at readlion.com. Readlion.com. It's a publication of the Herzog Foundation, which Chris is involved with. Chris, tell me, and I think this is a big sleeper issue, by the way, parental rights, also when it comes to the trans issue, all of these things. We have states like California and Oregon and Washington that have floated legislation or passed it where you could actually sort of state-sanctioned kidnapping if you don't agree with the gender ideology or the gender transition of your child. But I think this is a huge sleeper issue. Are we seeing states that are leading on this, maybe Florida, others, when it comes to school choice, being able to get your kids out of a bad school and into a school that is performing?
I got to tell you, we are really fortunate in some states to have role models. Two governors come to mind in particular. Despite Governor DeSantis, who has been kind of leading all along, I have to say, in Florida, but there are two that really stand out in the Midwest in particular, and that is Kim Reynolds of Iowa, and just to her south is Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders of Arkansas, both of whom have passed robust universal school choice. This was something Governor Sanders did in her first year. In fact, we're honored to host her tomorrow here at the foundation for a private conversation with some of our friends. And she is a tremendous warrior for this cause. And Andrew, what she managed to do, the carrot stick approach was, we'll give the teachers in our state, our public school teachers, a raise if they agree to universal school choice and compete in the marketplace. That agreement was struck in the legislature. She shepherded it through. We need leaders in governor's mansions, Andrew. That's what we need. And we do have a few, but not enough.
That's fantastic. Sarah Huckabee Sanders is really proving her mettle in a lot of different ways. And I'm excited about her future, to be honest, Chris. Tell us about the Herzog Foundation and the work that you guys do there. Minute remaining, Chris. I want to hear, give us the pitch and why what you're doing is so important.
I hope broadly, if there's anybody in your audience today, Andrew, that is in the Christian school space, maybe you currently operate a Christian school and you're thinking about your future, maybe fundraising, maybe curriculum, maybe best practices, even things like security, managing a board, managing your school's resources. We offer free training all year long. If you can travel to it, you get registered for it online. We offer different kinds of training around the country. If you can travel to it, We pick up the full training, your meals, your lodging, all of it. Our namesake, Stan Herzog, who we lost a few years ago, this was so important to him. Every nickel is covered on the foundation's dime if you can travel to the training. So I really encourage people that are interested in either creating a Christian school or homeschool, please reach out to herzogfoundation.com and we'll guide you as to how to do that.